Hey, what's up guys? Shinobi here, and I am back in Canada. Yep, finally back here after all the traveling, after all the loss of sleep. I will go over and talk about everything that happened from start to finish throughout this whole event, this whole experience really. And yeah, and just pretty much explain all of that. Going on behind me will be some videos, some pictures of the event, of stuff that happened there, everything like that. I did have to cut out some audio in some of the videos because they're playing like music in the background. The DJ was playing music, which I don't have licenses to on YouTube, so I just had to cut that out. But you get to see pretty much what happened. I didn't really like bring a camera around with me throughout the whole thing, you know, taking vlogs of every single thing that happened. And you know, I'm not really a vlog type guy. I'm more of a gaming type guy. So I will be after this video goes up, I'll probably also be posting another video, be a gaming video, a Reaper of Souls video. I'm probably gonna hop on the stream pretty soon to get all that going and everything like that. So yeah, and some of the video footage is a little dark because the room was really dark in there. They just had like those spotlights and everything. So yep, so after this video, after I explain all this stuff, I'm gonna hop on the stream and get going with everything. And I've pretty much been able to play Reaper of Souls since it came out, probably a grand total of 3 hours, and that includes leveling from 60 to 70. We got to level 70 and then couldn't really do much after that, so we had to end the streams and stuff. And then yeah, so that was pretty much it. So let's go ahead and talk about what happened in the whole adventure. Go to the airport. It's about an hour drive away from me, 30-minute drive to the actual hotel itself. The shuttle guy was very nice. I talked to him for a bit and got to the hotel, went in to set everything up, and I said, hi, I'm here for the hotel, I'm here for the room. I gave him all the paperwork that shows everything's paid for, like prepaid hotel, everything's paid for, you know. And I give them the paperwork and they look at it and they go, apparently everything's not paid for. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, so I'm like, you guys like already charged me and stuff. And like I looked, and then after like some more research and calling up like card companies and stuff like that, we finally got it settled, and they said, okay, you can go up to your room. And I'm like, oh my god. So get up to the room, and I just pretty much like, I'm so exhausted and stuff, and throw everything down, and then I went down to the lobby area and I saw Dat Mods there, which is one of the streamers. If you guys don't know who he is, I always pictured him as being a lot shorter in real life. He's like I'm pretty close to 6 foot, like I'm 5'11", and he, like with shoes on, I'm like 6 foot pretty much. And I picture him like, I'm probably, if he's taller than me, he won't be that much taller than me. But no, he's like a full head taller than me. He's like way up here, and I was like, wow, I never really pictured that. So I just thought that was really weird. And then we went to and then he went up to his room, and I went back up to my room to get everything situated, set up the internet, set up TV, put everything together. And then I was like, okay, I'm really hungry, I haven't eaten anything. So I go downstairs and I asked the guy at the lobby, I'm like, yeah, I just came here with a friend. He was another streamer from the event that we're going to. Like, can you tell him, like, I know he's like at this room, can I buzz him? And he said, yeah, sure. So I buzzed him. I'm like, hey Mods, you want to go get something to eat? And he's like, yeah, let's go, man. So he came down and we went and got something to eat. We pretty much walked around all of LA, and this is one of those situations where I said I'm not a vlogger and didn't bring a camera and being like, hey guys, I'm here with Mods, we're gonna go get a taco. Like, that's just like not what I do. So so like we, you know, walked around. We probably walked for a good 6 or 7 miles. Like, we went to like a lot of different restaurants to see like what their menu was like, and we're like, nah, we're not really like digging that. So we walked around like crazy. We finally got to a place, there'll probably be like a picture on the screen and stuff, called Mr. Pizza, and it's a lot nicer than it sounds. They had some pretty interesting foods. We got like an appetizer that we like split. We pretty much split the bill in half. Like, we didn't really care. We got like an appetizer and like a I got like a chicken parmesan. I was really hungry, and that's like that kind of thing has a lot of carbs and stuff, so that's really gonna fill you up. And I ate that. Went to After that was all done, we walked back to the hotel area. I went to my room, he went to his room, and apparently Archon came in later that night. Archon's another streamer, and he went out with mods to get some dessert and stuff. But I was like way too tired for any of that, so I passed out about 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and I slept until about 11, almost 11 the next day. And these beds are like really comfortable. Like my bed is not very comfortable and stuff. And so yeah, and so that was that. And then I went after I woke up. Ellie told me to check my email, and I checked, and it was one of the it was Stephanie, the one of the CMs and stuff, the community managers, and she said, "Hey, you know, you guys are coming over today to set up all your stuff. When you're done setting up your streams and everything like that, Wyatt Chain and some of the developers want to take you guys out for dinner, you know, on them." And I was like, "Holy crap, that's amazing!" And so we went and set up everything. I think like when I was setting up my station and stuff, like it was on the main stage. When I was setting up my station, I went to hit record instead of stream, and I hit stream, and we weren't supposed to stream from the location that we were at while they were setting everything up. It's all supposed to be like secret info, you know. And so like I started setting everything up, and like I was up online for like 20 seconds, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's you," and the chat was like going crazy. I'm like, "Oh shit," and I had like shut it off, and I was like, I wasn't supposed to be showing that stuff, and it was just by accident. Everything got all set up, and then I went back to the hotel to change my shirt because I was wearing like a logo shirt, not this one. I was wearing like a different shirt. It was like had a logo on it, and you can't really use that for the stream, so I went and put my Reaper of Souls shirt on. Came back to the event, was waiting for Wyatt Chain to get finished and everything, and the other developers, Josh Mascara and stuff, to make sure that they got finished with what they were doing. After they you know, after they were done that, we were going to go out and get food and stuff. So, and I think Mods and Archon went back to the hotel to get changed as well. So, go back to the event, and they're doing the prepping thing for the Q&A thing that they were going to put together for. If you guys saw the live stream that the Diablo one did, where it was Josh and Wyatt and the interviewer and everything like that, they were answering a lot of pretty awesome questions, and I got to sit there, and I was literally the first gamer in the world that didn't work for Blizzard that heard all of that stuff, because I was there when nobody else was there, and everybody was all changing at the hotels and stuff, and I was there, and like Stephanie, the community manager, was just like standing beside me, and I'm like, am I supposed to be hearing this right now? And she's like, I guess you are now. And I was like, this is awesome. And they were talking about how the whole tier system and like the ladder stuff and the whole competition stuff they're going to be coming out with in Reaper of Souls. And I'm just like, my jaw's like hitting the floor pretty much. I'm like, yes, this is amazing. And I'm like the only person that knows about this right now. But like I couldn't go on YouTube, and I couldn't go tell everybody. I mean, I probably would have been kicked out of the event by doing something like that. So after that was all done, we went out to eat, got to chat with the developers a lot, and that was pretty amazing to be able to chat with the developers. I mean, I thought, you know, these guys are going to be kind of like, okay, kid, ask me some questions, you know. I'm not a kid, but, you know, that's probably how they would act, you know. And it wasn't that way. Like, they were asking me more questions than I was asking them. And I was asking them a lot of questions. Like Wyatt was asking me like where I'm from, like how much my flight. Are you really excited about the event? And Josh was asking me like, how do you think, you know, Reaper of Souls is going to be? You know, are you excited for the news? Are you excited for everything? Are you excited for, you know, how everything's going? And do you think like, you know, we were talking about how Reaper of Souls, I feel like, is going to be really strong on Twitch for a while because it's so new and there's so many different people playing it. And, you know, I said that the news that they said about the Rift stuff and everything was really awesome. He went more into detail about what it's going to be about, but he couldn't give too much information. Yeah, and then, like, they said that, and then pretty much the thing that they said that was really awesome is Josh was like, yeah, so we're going to be putting together, this stuff over the next couple months, this ladder stuff and all this competition type stuff. And we're looking to, you guys, and he's pointing at us, the streamers. He's like, we're looking to you guys to help us with feedback on that and getting everything going. And he says, like, I know you guys are going to play in the PTR, but more than that, we're going to try and get your feedback as much as possible so we can make this as good as possible, which is really awesome. I mean, like, I don't know what they're going to do, fly me back down to California and go over the game with them and stuff. Like, if I literally gone from streamer YouTuber to streamer YouTuber slash helping with development of the game, and Josh actually said that too. He actually said that we are part of the development team. He's like, I don't want, you guys aren't beta testers. You guys are more than that. You guys are part of the development team. You may not be at the office the entire time putting everything together, but you guys are a big contribution towards what we do. And I was like, I'm just like speechless the whole time this guy's talking, like, it's crazy. And just to hear him actually say that stuff was amazing. And then after everything was all said and done, we went back to the event, and we pretty much walked up to the event, and I had like my name tag on, like my badge tag on. I had a bunch of bracelets and stuff they gave me that they're in the other room right now, but maybe show them on stream tonight. Had a lot of bracelets and everything like that lets me get on stage, because we were right on the main stage. There's only a few people that could be on stage, and like security surrounding the stage and stuff. And I had one that let me into the event, and I was walking in with Josh and stuff, and there's like 100 people outside the event, because it's just about to start. And we're walking up to it, and everyone's like, hey, what's up? Yeah. And like, they see Josh, and obviously they focus on him a lot more than me. And they started like saying like, hey, what's up, man? Yeah. And we walk up to the thing, and the big security guys let us in, and everyone's like, yeah, we're so psyched, like, let's do this. So get inside. I go up and set up the stream thing once again, make sure everything's good, fine tune, make sure everything, the headset's working, the mouse is working, everything's working. And then they let everybody in, and we messed around. I played on Diablo a little bit while people were coming in, but they said like, once everybody gets in, we'd like you guys to be out there mingling with people, so we'd like clear the stage, because they're going to set up the Q&A session in a little bit. And I said, okay. So went down there, and I got some footage of some stuff around, which is really, really cool. The whole event looked really cool. It was very like Diablo-esque, is like the best way I can put it. The first person that I ran into that recognized me was actually the person that won the giveaway for the invite to the event. We held that, I told you guys about it on a video, and we held it on the Twitch channel, and I gave that away to him. And he was like so psyched, and his name's Icy Breaker. He's like, man, it's so awesome to meet you. Thank you for this awesome opportunity. And he was really happy and having a good time. He had like food in hand and a drink, and he's all happy and stuff. And it was really cool that he could make it, and that invite actually went to someone that was actually going to use it, So after that, I walked around a little bit. They had an open bar, so it was me, Mods, and Archon. We all got the Crusader's Hammer or something like that, I think it was called. It's just Jack and Coke, and we had some drinks and stuff around the bar. Walked around. I ran into John Yang, the developer that I interviewed. If you guys remember that video, the guy that I interviewed, I talked to him for like a really long time. He was really excited to meet me in real life, like more excited than I was to meet him, and I was pretty excited to meet him. And he like talked to me for a long time. He even if you check this out right here, check this. This is his Blizzard business card. He actually gave me a business card with all his information on the back that I can't show you. Gave me his business card, and we talked about playing like Diablo together and stuff, and he's like just a friend now. It's like, it's so crazy that these developers are like friends now. Like, could never even think of that before. Like 2 years ago, I was just a gamer trying to help people, in videos, and now it's the same thing, but it's more than that, and it's crazy. But yeah, just so insane. And the whole event went on. I probably found about 15 to 20 people that recognized me and wanted to take pictures with me and stuff, and said hi and asked me a bunch of questions, which was really cool. I was standing right next to Mods, and I saw this girl go by, like shorter girl with red short hair, and I looked and I was like, "Is that Felicia Day?" And Mods is like, "No way, that's not her," because she has longer hair and a lot of the stuff that we've seen on TV. I've watched like Supernatural. I've seen her back in the day from the Guild. If you guys don't know who she is, you can always just Google her and stuff, and I'll have a picture on here. So I was like, I gotta go, talk to her. So I went over and I tapped her on the shoulder as she was walking. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And she's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Are you Felicia Day?" And she's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "No way, this is awesome." And I swear to God, the first thing I said to her was like, "My girlfriend's a big fan of yours," and which I mean, like, I hope she didn't get upset, like thinking that I'm not a fan of hers, because after that, I actually clarified it, and I'm like, I've been watching you since the Guild back then. I've been watching Supernatural lately. You were really awesome in that show. I really like how like some of the roles they put you in that show." And she was like, she was actually more talkative than I was. Like, usually you think like when you run into like these movie stars and everything, these TV stars that they that they're essentially like, like these like stuck up people that like, "Oh yeah, get this over with, you want a picture, fine," like, but no, like nobody was like that throughout the entire experience. Everybody was so nice. She was especially really nice, and she, like, when I asked her name and everything like that, right after that she's like, "And what's your name, sorry?" And I was like, "Luke. People know me as Shinobi. I'm gonna be streaming from the event. I'm right up on the stage there." And she's like, "Shinobi? Yeah, I knew that name. Yeah, I've seen you on YouTube plenty of times." And I was like, "What?" Felicia Day has seen me on YouTube? Okay. So that was pretty awesome, and just the fact that Felicia knew me. And then, like, as I was asking her questions, I was like, "So what's it like to work with Jared and Jensen on Supernatural?" And she was telling me and stuff, but she was like typing in her phone. And then she's like, "So what's your email address?" And I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "Oh, just in case we ever want to talk someday or something like that, or do like some video collabs together or something." And I was like, "That's awesome." She's like, "I have a YouTube channel too, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I knew that." And so I told her, and then she's like, "Okay, it's saved." She's like, "Just send me in a message after the event." So like, I made it so it's whitelisted, so it goes through. And I was like, "Wow, that's amazing." So finished talking with her. I ran into Mad Mori. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's a streamer on Twitch. Really nice guy. He's, when you see him on Twitch, he's not exactly like different in real life, but he's a lot nicer in real life than you would think. Like, I mean, he's a nice guy on Twitch, but he's a really nice guy in real life. And it was really cool to be able to meet him. Got a picture with him, got to meet his wife, and she was really nice as well too. I actually hung out with him for a good bit of the night as well. After that was all done, we went up to the event itself. After the Q&A thing was done, went up on the stage, and everyone's like, and the huge crowd of people is there, and it was awesome. And went up there, and we started up Reaper of Souls, hit the stream up, and then started playing the game, started leveling from 60 to 70, and it took about 2 hours to get to 70. Didn't take very long at all. I'll explain exactly what it is that we did, which I thought was pretty funny. But first, some of the things I didn't like about streaming from there, the whole event was amazing, but trying to stream when there's like a loud DJ going on in the background, like I couldn't even hear what was going on in the game. I'm pretty sure I was screaming into the mic because, like, I could barely even hear myself talk. And then like the whole like the setup they had was this big monitor on top and a little monitor on the bottom, and we pretty much had to like look up the entire time. So yeah, that was looking up the entire time trying to do that was definitely something interesting. Because they had this big light shining in your face when you're trying to play the game and all that, and yeah, but it was fun, but I think that they could have done it better. They could have maybe put us in a booth or something where we could actually like legitimately stream, but it was the first time they ever did anything like this, so I completely understand it. So anyways, moving on to after that was done, hit level 70, went from 60 to 66, leveled up with mods and Archon. And then when we got to 66, we run into Malthael, the last fight. We're like, well, before we do that, we want to get that guaranteed legendary drops. Let's go ahead and go grind the Royal Audience. And we did that from 66 to 70. Then we did Malthael, killed him, and got our guaranteed legendary drop, and then pretty much that was it after that. I walked around, mingled with more people. I was supposed to be getting a free collector's edition, like guaranteed for me. Like, it wasn't guaranteed for everybody. It was like the first 100 people got one or something like that, but it was guaranteed for the streamers. But they didn't hold on to any of them. They should have grabbed some and pulled them to the side, but they forgot to do that. That's what Stephanie was telling me. So they said they're just gonna like mail me like a gift basket or something, which is, it's not super necessary, but it's all really awesome. Obviously, I'm not gonna turn that down. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. But I know this was a really long video, and everything like that. In closing, pretty much what happened is I got back to the hotel at like 1:30 in the morning, and my flight was like at 6 in the morning. I had to get up by 6, so I just didn't sleep. Went onto the plane, flew here, got back here, was probably up for a total of 34 hours, ate something, spent some time with the girlfriend, passed out like crazy, slept for like 13 hours or something, and now I'm up right now talking to you. So yeah, that's everything, guys. Like I said, I know it's a really long video, but there was a lot of stuff that went down, and it was an amazing experience, and I thank you guys so much for helping me be able to do something like this. It's just amazing. Like, and when I was talking to the developers, I made a lot of good connections while I was there. I said, if you guys have any more of this type of stuff going on, you remember me, because I'll be down for it. And I think that I did make some good connections, and LA is really cool. It's nice weather. So yeah. But anyways, guys, thanks for everything. Thanks for listening to the stories and all that kind of stuff, and thanks for helping me even be recognized by anything like this. It was a dream come true, and you guys made that dream come true. So thanks a lot. And I'll see you guys in the live stream. Gonna get working on playing like crazy. Like I said, I've barely done anything in Reaper of Souls because of all the traveling and everything like that. And then I'm gonna, start making a lot of videos this week. If you haven't seen this before, I actually have a crap load of Reaper of Souls videos that are still very viable. Most of them are, anyways, that I made during the beta. So you can go check those out. And until I get everything cracking for getting all this stuff out. I mean, I actually have to play the game before I can make videos about stuff, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing, playing the game like crazy, making lots of videos, having a good time. And thanks again, once again, guys. Thanks for watching.